this moment that we are living right now, right here, right now, it's a very unique moment. It's a moment that will never exist again. You know?
Yeah, this is a very unique moment. We are here in this beautiful place.
It's beautiful weather.
We're having a great time.
Drinking some water. Gotta get hydrated. Stay hydrated. Very important thing in life. Actually, this I think this is like the easiest thing that you can do for yourself that adds like immense value to your life because it's like hydration. Like literally stay hydrated, drink water. Imagine that you do literally imagine that you're like Huberman type of person. You're a neuroscientist and you understand very well. You have lots of protocols in your life and you live by lots of protocols and things that you do to increase your lifespan and just live a good, happy life.
Yeah.
Or I would say not necessarily happy, but fulfilled. Or, imagine that you do literally everything. You do the cold baths, you get the vitamin D, you work out, you
Take all the supplements.
you do all the stuff, but you don't drink water.
I feel like the water is such a basic one, though.
I'm just telling you, I know, but imagine if that's the case.
Huh.
Because water may seem like a very obvious thing for people who do it, but it wasn't obvious for me like 3-4 years ago. I didn't know, and I didn't drink water. Like I grew up like my family, my mom, she had like her kidney stones, probably caused by that too, but my grandma also didn't drink water. My siblings didn't drink water. They would drink like coffee during the day, but water was a thing they would never ever ever drink. Like you would never see me drinking a cup of water.
Mm.
And for me that changed when I started doing jiu-jitsu and there was so many water breaks because you get so tired, but like so many water breaks, and Igor would give us all these water breaks. And I started realizing like, wait, drinking water is not bad. And water for me at that moment was like a relieving thing. It was like, oh my God, I just gave a lot of myself during this roll or during this, even the warm ups were very tough. And then the water was like, it was like my safe moment. It was like my moment back to, it was like my reward. Water was the reward for like, that we had. Those water breaks was the reward. And I started to associate water with the reward. And then I just started drinking much, like more and more and more water. And after a period of time, I started to see like the impacts that it made in my life.
Like what?
So the first one, that's like the very first obvious one, it was that I was going to the bathroom a lot. Like every second.
I guess that's the most noticeable change in your day-to-day life. Before
Oh
then,
my God.
you maybe had to use the restroom like
At that time,
a couple times a day, but
I
then
was
it's like every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes,
I was a manager, and I had like one-on-ones with everybody that all my direct reports once a week. And I had a lot of meetings. And I was just going to the office normal, but I remember that it was like between every meeting I would go to the bathroom. I know but I had my water with me.
How'd you
Between every meeting,
And it
I
was
would
this
go.
water bottle.
No, it wasn't this one. It was a big one too. But I remember my sister loved it, and she was like, "Can I have your water bottle?" Which was like, I think people don't understand how attached you get to your water bottle.
You get attached
So-
to your water bottle, but I'm anti-attached to my water bottles. I'm attached to the kind of water bottle that I have, but I'm not
It's-
attached to the water bottle itself,
Because you have 10 of the same exact water bottle.
which sucks to take care of.
I'm saying 10, but you probably have more. Like among all of those, like in the
No.
office, we literally have one in the patio right now. In the patio, there is a water bottle sitting there. There is one in the car, and
We
there's
have 2 or 3 black ones max, and there's one blue one, and
It's like-
one see-through one. So max 5.
so there's people like me who are attached to their water bottle.
They're one water bottle.
I'm not to the level of putting stickers, because like that's the next level of attachment to a water bottle. It's like when you add a lot of sneakers to the thing.
Snickers, not a lot of candy bars.
But stickers, sorry.
Yeah, stickers.
But yeah, my sister loved my water bottle. We were in Brazil, and I took that water bottle with me all over. Like, all the 15 trips I did in 2021, I had that water bottle with me.
Every single one.
And the last trip
Did it
of
pass
that,
through?
that was
Pass through TSA every single time?
yeah. I
No
mean,
problem?
it will. Yeah, because I never had water in it.
Mm. They never were like, why do you have such a gigantic water bottle going through TSA?
No,
Never?
no.
I guess they wouldn't.
Why?
Well, I don't know, because it's metal under there. It's Hydro Flask, and they can't see inside of it as it's going through the machine because it's metal.
I never had a problem. So I had my water bottle with me everywhere. The last place we went in 2021 was Brazil. And my sister, remember, she was like, can I have this water bottle? I love this water bottle. And then water bottle. And then I was like, okay, but at the end of the trip, so let me keep this water bottle as long as possible. So we kept it. Remember, we went to everywhere, Sugarloaf, all the trip. Like, I would always keep it with me. At the end of the trip, I had to say goodbye. And give it to her, thinking like, I'll get to the US and I'll just order another one on Amazon and I'll order the same one. But then, when I went to buy the water bottle, I saw this. And I thought this one, I love this color. You know I love this color. Everybody knows I love this color.
I do know you love that color.
So the other one was like a pink one. So I was like, yes. I love colors, but not just colors. I love gradients.
That's right.
And these, like, the other one was a solid color. This one has a gradient, which is like, gradients are my thing.
It's your thing, yeah.
I got the new water bottle. It took a while to like get used to it, you know, when you get a new water bottle, it's basically the thing that I'm trying to say is that if you are a person that does not drink enough water, which there's a lot of people who don't drink enough water, probably they were not extreme as I used to be of never drinking water, but if you're a person that do not drink enough water and you think that's a change that you want to make in your life, my recommendation is to adopt a water bottle. Select a water bottle that really represents you as a person, like one that you're like, I really like the style of this bottle and then the size, because like I have to carry this huge thing around, and I tell you, when it's full, it's heavy.
And then you have to get attached to it, so you have to spend a lot of money on it too. If it's gonna be your water bottle, you have to like
be willing to spend more than you would normally. Like,
do research on it, and then after a while, you're like, oh, this one is a discount. This is the one that I wanted, but now it's a discount.
It's like, do you like your water cold? I don't like my water cold. I like my water room temperature, but I found out that this keeps the water cold for a long time.
That is what it's designed to do. That's literally what it's designed to do. It has a vacuum in between the two metal layers.
It's literally called Iron Flask it has a Fahrenheit logo thing. Barely they know that the whole reason why I chose this one was the gradient of the color.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It could have been plastic. I would not care.
They spent so much time and money developing this flask with a vacuum in the middle, testing it to make sure that it like beat out its competitors in terms of how how long it kept the water cold. That's like the main marketing thing, is how long it keeps the water cold. And the only thing you care about is the gradient that they sell the product in.
Right.
It didn't even matter what, like, it may as well have been plastic to you.
Right. Different people, different care abouts.
How interesting. I guess
And then,
it's important when you're building a product, like, yes, you want to display all of the features, like the best features about the thing that you're building, the thing that you're trying to target a specific user. And so you want to make sure that it's how you're giving off the product is like your ideal consumer would be absolutely willing to purchase the product. But you also have to make note of all these peripheral things that it could do, because you never know who you might attract with it.
right.
Like, you never know that you might get somebody who just wanted the gradient in those specific colors. Were you able to select them?
One
Or
thing.
is that just one of the options that they had?
So,
Like, could you
no,
customize
they had
that?
lots of gradients. But one thing that I realized is that I have seen a lot of people with this water bottle, like at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
mostly. I have seen many other people with the same water bottle.
Same
And
colors,
they
too.
all had the same color. It's like there are so many options of gradients. They have a lot of options you can choose from. I remember it was overwhelming. There were so many options that it was overwhelming. But everybody
Yeah, it's actually
everybody had this one.
it's a really
This,
tough
let me show you
situation to
there.
be in as the maker of this water bottle.
It summed it up because I use it so much. So you can see how it summed it up. It fell all the time. No dents though. It
No
falls
dents.
all the time. I drop it accidentally and no dents.
Yeah, but it must be an interesting position to be in for the maker of this water bottle, because on the one hand, they want their brand name to be recognizable, but on the other hand, if they want that person to use the water bottle every day, like that water bottle, then it's got to be a part of them. It's got to be their water bottle. So they've got to have like their own stickers, their own everything. So it's kind of an interesting way to have the brand name, but also make it totally customizable. And I think they do a great job of that. Water bottles is like great. Same with laptops. People will do that with laptops. They get the brand name laptop, and then they put all the stickers on top of it.
Right. I just think there is something about this color though. I think
I was never a sticker guy though.
yeah.
No.
Me either.
Were you a sticker guy?
No.
No.
I know a lot of people that's like everywhere they travel, or instead of getting a souvenir, they'll get a sticker because they're a sticker person. They have to get a sticker everywhere they go.
I've in Colorado. There's a lot of those types of people.
Right.
It's a big
your
thing.
friends.
It's like
your friends have.
It's a part of your identity. The number of stickers that you collect.
But also because like your stickers are such a great representation of your identity, because it's the things that you endorse. A lot of times there'll be brands, but it's what these brands stand for.
Yeah.
You know, life is good.
So if you ever notice somebody with a water bottle with all sorts of stickers, you can just ask them about each of the stickers on it, and I guarantee you will have a very good conversation with that person, and you'll get to know them very, very well, because like that, they really put a lot of effort into the stickers
choosing
there.
the perfect sticker.
Or
each sticker is a choice.
Or why they chose, like, that it didn't matter. Like some stickers they'll be really attached to. Others will be like, oh, I just thought the sticker looked cool, so I slapped it on there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But every sticker has a story. So you can literally understand so much about the person, and you can learn so much by simply going through the story behind all the stickers, and like understanding like their preference in terms of like, you know, everywhere. Usually if you're buying a sticker, there's always a lot of options you can choose from.
Right.
You know, there's usually at least 5, 6 options.
Stickers is an old business. Like it's fully saturated. There's a crazy amount. They just give them away.
Right, let's give away some soccer stickers because maybe,
Maybe some people will want that on their water bottles.
Right.
I would want that on my water bottle.
Yeah, me too.
If I cared about
If
stickers.
I can, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to do that. That's actually a good point, because we're thinking about, we want to have more clothing that has Socra's identity on it, what Socra is, Socra's logo, things like that.
Yeah, Socrates.
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 Yeah.
When Tyler talked about this, Tyler is one of our
Testers,
awesome
yeah, he's
testers friends. We got to meet him when he came over to Austin with his family. Such an awesome person.
Yeah.
Awesome human being, and he mentioned Socrates.
Socrates, right? That was his idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we think about, we want to have clothing that has Socra's logo on it.
For ourselves.
For us, because like we make the company, and it's a core part of us.
Right now, I'm wearing Salesforce.
Yeah.
I don't work at Salesforce. I love this hoodie. It feels comfy. So I kind of want one that's like comfy and I like wearing, and it's like Socra. It's like, it's the same way that people like putting stickers on their water bottle.
Right. So as somebody who is thinking about a way for others to get the logo and wear it or have it on their water bottle themselves, it's super important to us to make sure that the way that they can buy that product, like the stickers or the hoodie or the sweatshirt or whatever, is exactly the experience that we want it to be. Like, it's super important that the fabric is really high quality. It's super important that like it's got an amazing fit. It's very like minimalist, and it's exactly what it literally, like, we want it to be an expression of Socra and you, the individual. And so when we're designing a store around that, or we're looking for partners who create clothing,
we want the comfiest.
We want like the best. We want the best provider of clothing, because it's a representation of Socra, and it's a representation of the individual that they're wanting to wear that and put it on their water bottle. And it's incredibly important for us to do that right. Quality. To do that right.
Right.
Not just have a stupid storefront.
The point is not to
sell
make money from it even.
No.
It's like, I don't care to make money with it. We can sell at no margin, because the reality is, if you're gonna get something that is like high quality, it's gonna be expensive. So selling it as little to no margin is a way of making it more affordable to people.
I would sell at zero margin.
Zero margin,
but I would sell exactly the clothing
that I
would wear. And
because I want to wear it. I want it for myself.
I'm the type of person that wears the same shirt. Like, I have a bunch of different versions of the same shirt. I have, or not versions,
like
but
your
I have
current soccer shirt. Are you wearing it right now?
No.
This one's different?
This is the Investry one.
Okay.
This is
example.
Actually it. So this is the one. I have 4 different versions, 4 different ones of this shirt. But it's just got the old tattered up logo. But the shirt fits me perfectly. And the fabric is great. And it's just exactly what I want to be. So I would wear this shirt. I have 4 or 5 ones of this one. And I would wear this thing every single day. I'm that type of person. So when I'm choosing a shirt for Socra, I don't want it to be some stupid t-shirt that I'll never wear. Heck no. I want it to be the shirt that I'll wear every day.
Right.
I want it to be I keep talking about shorts that I want to buy. I love the types of shorts that have the elastic liner on the inside, because I like to be athletic. Not right now. For people who are just listening, busted my knee, and I'm in a brace. But I'm the type of person that wants shorts that have this liner on them, and it's got to be super
So
high
hard
quality
to
fabric.
find.
It's got to fit me perfectly. Hard to find. And like I like the athletic fit.
But once you find them, it's what you want to wear every day. And people are
Exactly.
like, why do you wear the same thing every day?
If I found a perfect pair of shorts, I would order 10 of them and only wear those
And just
10.
wear, yeah.
So when we think about like building a way for people to purchase merchandise from us, or to have the logo on their own clothes, these are the types of things that, like, I'm not gonna offer this to somebody when I know that the product is crappy,
Oh, there's no way.
or when I haven't tested the product.
That's
You know
the
what I
same
mean?
thing with soccer. It's
Right.
like with the platform.
It's an expression of
it's
us.
the thing with the platform. It's like the same way we don't put a feature out there that we know has like bugs and it's crappy or something. It's the same way where we are not gonna.
We want it to be perfect. We want it to last.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It might take a long time until it finally happens, because before it happens, we are gonna make sure that we are trying it on, that we actually really like it, and it's not going to be something that you're
It
just
doesn't
gonna
fade away. Like the logo doesn't get scratched off in the washer. Doesn't get faded away. Even this one,
yeah.
it's great, but after several years, the logo like gets tattered away.
Mm-hmm.
Ow! I just got
Several years, and
Yeah.
that's because you're talking to Mike, who wears his clothes for little several years.
Oh yeah.
And now you're complaining that the same shirt you have worn for like 3 years.
No, not 2 years. More like 5.
More like 5. Oh, you still wear your high school clothes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find like a shirt that fits me perfectly, and I love the fabric, and I'll just wear it. Those are the things that I care about. A lot of people care about how they look, and they care about how they come off, and all these different things. But I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And so I find the pieces of clothing that are super comfortable to me, and I wear them.
For me, I like comfortable and tight fitting. Unless it's a hoodie, I like everything to be tight fitting.
Yeah, but I remember when we met, literally your whole closet, I'd never seen anything like it, because I'm the type of person who has like one pair of shorts that I have a bunch of different ones of, or like just a couple of different kinds of shorts that I have a bunch of different ones of.
Right.
But I wear them all over all the time, right? I don't have a lot of variation in my clothing. But then when we first started dating, I saw your closet, and it had I was like astonished, but it was literally, I don't know, 20 or 30 different pieces of clothing or dresses or whatever that you had ordered and purchased that still had the tags on them that you had never worn. And I was like, that was so like breathtaking to me. Like, wow, the way that I live my life is very different from the way that you lived your life.
And I gave a bunch of them away, and
with
the tags, and that's some realization that I came to within myself. I kind of realized that I was in a position where, like, I was making a lot of money for my age, and I felt like, it's like, what do I do with it? I mean, I invested a lot. It's part of the reason why we can do soccer and I don't have to work. But then I felt like it was almost like I was filling a void by buying things, you know? I had an Amazon purchase on my locker box at least once a day.
Multiple times a day. I mean,
because I felt like money was infinite, and I can just travel everywhere I want, and I can just buy whatever I want. And then I realized that all the crap that I purchased, I didn't even wear, because like I liked this hoodie that's like bit up. That, oh my god, I had this hoodie from when I was an intern at Siemens.
Right.
And it's we did some project with Salesforce, and that's why I have the Salesforce hoodie.
And so people
But
ask
I was
you,
so young.
people ask you like,
Years.
hey, do you work at?
Years.
Because when you meet somebody new, like we met a couple new people yesterday, and they ask you, hey, do you work at Salesforce? And you're like,
Even at the gym, people
like-
are just like, they work at Salesforce.
Right.
Like,
and you say, no, I just love this jacket because this jacket is part of me.
right, but it's like, it's also a lot of times it's a great way of becoming more approachable.
So just
If you
have a
notice,
logo
a lot-
splattered on you.
No, not a logo. But how many times can you think of somebody talk to you because of something you're wearing? Think about the pyramid schemer that trying to scheme you at HEB
Oh my
because
God.
of that logo.
That was actually, this is a great story because this guy came up to me at HEB and he started
God.
off with like this logo. He was like, "Oh, what is this logo? Is this what you work for? Like, is this what you're about?" Because he, as a pyramid schemer, knows like the logos that the people are wearing, they represent themselves, and so there's always a story about it. Just like there's a story with the water bottle.
Rarely you're gonna wear something that's like, my aunt gave me this shirt with this logo and I don't know what it is, but it wasn't like, you know, because it doesn't represent you. People tend to, either you wear the same thing over and over because it's comfy and that's what you like wearing. Granted, there are like special occasions that you're like, okay, I gotta wear this dress and whatever. You know what I mean? Going to a wedding or
Day
something.
to day, like, but it's
And-
the HEB clothes. It's
But
the clothes that you would be willing to wear at HEB. Is the same clothes that you'd be willing to wear while you're at home hanging out. Like,
Right.
it's the clothes that you love.
Yeah.
So this pyramid schemer comes up and he starts talking about the logo because he knows that that's a great way to start off a conversation, just like how we were talking about with the water bottle. But he has kind of negative intentions. His intentions are, let's
Check out my 300 projects and you can make, are you interested though? Because like he asked what what you do and all, and we were like, yeah, we're building Socra and so on. But then he's like, but do you want to make money on the
It's
side?
like, do you want a little side money?
Do
Do
you wanna
you want a little
make-
side money? That's how it
You
always
can
starts.
make as little as possible. You can make, it always starts like this, as little or as much as possible. You can make just $100 a week.
You can make a negative.
Just like-
you can make a negative
it's so-
$10,000 and ruin
It's
your life,
so easy.
or you can make like
You know,
$1 million. That's how
yeah.
they. But they don't say the negative part. They just say you can make as little as you want or a lot, as much as you want. And for people who can't do math or don't realize that there's work involved or don't realize that it's a pyramid scheme.
Because honestly, like pyramid schemes work for the people at the top. They make
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of money,
And the
it
people in the
works.
middle.
But it's like they also have to do a lot of work. It works, but they will have to do a lot of work, and they will have to do a lot of stuff that I have no idea how people can live with in their lives. Like they will probably be 50, 60, and they'll finally realize, and you finally hit them. And then, you know what I mean? I think that's one of those life things that as you are doing it, I don't think they're realizing, or they're just trying to throw it under the
Right.
rug,
Yeah.
you know, because how could you live with doing things that are negatively impacting people? They are probably not dealing with it now, but then
The clothing is actually like one of the easiest pyramid schemes because the product is
clothing? I don't know. any
well
pyram-
in this day and age more people gravitate towards like solar
No.
and stuff like that.
I
But
think
30 years ago, like that would be what they would sell Tupperware and clothing.
But I think pyramid schemes are usually, it's not clothing because they try to, so that's the thing about pyramid schemes. They put so much effort and thought and into the process, into the whole like getting you hooked into it and get more people to do work for you so they can get more people to sell under them and get more people. So like that whole thing, since from the first interaction that he had with you of asking about that logo on that shirt,
Oh,
from
yeah.
that very first interaction to you becoming a middleman in the pyramid scheme and
No, I'd be a bottom.
no, but I'm saying like from there to you eventually, after a lot
This-
of work, becoming the middle and so on. That whole process has been mastered. Because one thing that you can do is like when you are doing it so much and you have so many people,
when you are willing to do it
and
at
you
HEB
have
to
so
people, you're doing it to like hundreds of people.
when you have so much that like that's the process they are perfecting. If they're perfecting this process, they are not really putting much work into the product, and that's the thing.
Oftentimes there is no product.
Yes, and if there is a product, it's usually in a way of being kind of like a painkiller.
It's a product
But
that has no moat.
It's
Always.
it's like a big pyramid schemes, for example. One that my mom almost got into this one. Like she came talk to me very happy about this opportunity, and then I was like, hey, this is a pyramid scheme, and I was happy that she talked to me about it because I was able to tell her what it was. But it was one for like rejuvenation. It was like
Skincare.
it's skin creams. It's things like this because like how can you really prove that this skin cream is not really working very well for you? Look at this photo of before and after of this lady after using this cream like you know, and they show like this crazy before and after, or they will have like big promises on these products that like it's easy for you to sell and simply say like, oh, it didn't work for you, but it works for others. Other ones are like those internet things, you know, like the internet things, also like on Walmart and things. And
Oh yeah. Who's your internet service provider?
but do you
wanna say
realize
$10?
how like
Yeah.
Walmart, HEB, like the
They're
supermarkets?
participants.
No, they
Well, like sometimes some of those big companies will actually let those people who are selling like the internet into the store and have their own little booth in the store.
right.
How
It's-
crappy is that?
Yeah.
I won't name names on which companies do that because that. But like a lot of the big name stores will allow that, and it's an obvious pyramid scheme. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Just because they're paying you doesn't mean it's ethical or right or like anything like that.
I think it's because more often than not they don't know, because it's like it's that level of pyramid scheme that there is actually a product. There is actually a product, and then they don't know what is the actual scheme of the business. Does that make sense? And there's a product, so it's like it's a legit product out there. There's a lot of pyramid schemes that has actually a legit, like a functional product. The scheme is not in the product. The pyramid scheme is not impacting
It's the people.
the consumer that's buying the product. The pyramid scheme is impacting the people in the pyramid scheme that are in the bottom, because a lot of times it's like it might be something related to like, oh, that was my mom's case. It was like he tried to sell to her as if it was a it's like an opportunity of a lifetime. You can sell it to all your friends. Look what this product does. This product makes
It's
you
magic.
right. And then like they know that like she would then be able to like sell it to her friends and so on. And then we are also going to give you a course. We're going to give you a course on how to sell and how to talk about this product. And you got to go through the course to sell. But to enter, you have to start, you have to buy minimum $6,000 worth of this product.
So that you can have the volume
they say that
to like
after
sell.
they say that after days of already like
Right.
getting you in, getting you all excited and showing all these things, and they'll be like, yes, because look at these margins. You can grow your own business because you can get other people to sell for you, you know. And then there's always like, oh yeah, but to start you gotta give $6,000. Sometimes it's not even 6,000. Sometimes it's like $100. You know, if they can do it enough, like if they can apply this scheme in a mass scale, $100 per person sums up to be a lot of money for them. You know, and you don't even know if that person will actually be able to, right? But the very few that move up on the scheme, because I think that's what happens with pyramid schemes, is that like the people that are in the bottom come to a realization that like they were scammed.
yeah, they lose money and they realize that it doesn't work, and then they stop, or they continue fighting.
Or they will be like, oh, I will continue fighting. I'm not gonna let this be a loss. And then everything that they are doing to other people, they're doing to other people what was done to them. They are just like hiding under the carpet.
This is a terrible
Because
social manipulation.
yeah, it's literally what
God.
it is. It's literally what it is.
I think that's despicable. I actually think that's despicable. I think if you're in a pyramid scheme, find something better that doesn't prey on other people. When you think about it as like an organism, a pyramid scheme, pyramids are a nice shape. People like pyramids, but it's more like a leech. It's more like an organism.
Virus, yeah.
Not a virus. Virus kills the host.
Oh.
Viruses, some viruses try to kill the host. Sorry, I misspoke.
Okay.
It's more an organism that it is preying on, it's leeching off of, and it's growing. The only way it grows is by leeching off of another organism. It's literally heartworms in a dog. That's what a pyramid scheme is for people in a society.
Yeah.
It's grotesque.
Yeah. If you try to, I mean, I don't blame the people in the bottom. They're all victims. They were
All of them.
sold something.
Even the people in the middle. I guess by the time you realize,
Sure.
however long it takes you to realize that it's a pyramid scheme,
Or to accept. Maybe they realize, but they don't want to accept what they're doing, so that's why they continue.
But also, pyramid schemes are generally illegal because they are so terrible. But imagine you are a victim at the bottom, and the realization isn't all at once, usually, that it's a pyramid scheme. It's gradual. At what point do you realize you're doing something that is probably illegal and you should probably stop?
So these processes are mastered, like the big pyramid schemes, like the big ones, they got it all figured out. They got lots of loopholes where what they're doing is totally legal.
Right.
It's totally legal. But I just think that everybody can fall victim to that, especially if you are in a vulnerable state. That's mostly when you will fall victim, when you're vulnerable, when you are like, I really need extra money right now. Like I really, like, you know,
I really need that extra few dollars a month.
I really need that. I really that's when you are vulnerable. It's very easy for you to hope that it's true, and that's, you know, and I think that everybody should always be cautious whenever somebody offers an, are you interested in making money on the side?
Anytime somebody approaches you at the store, you should be very cautious.
If you're interested in making money on the side, do it for you. Go for it. Go start your own business. Like, people, like, starting a business is so much easier than most people think. Like,
you
it's
just
like,
file the paperwork and you have your own business.
but like, in terms of like, it doesn't need to be a big business. In terms of like, you don't need to.
It doesn't need to be unapproachable. You have Socra right there.
You can make like a business just to like make money. Like, if it's like a money business, like how I used to offer 3D printing services. I used to sell 3D prints
on the side.
I had a big 3D printer. I was on the side.
Yeah.
And I used to sell 3D prints, and that's an example of a business. But there's like so much things, like you can, like, it's what you love doing.
Pick something you love doing.
Find a way of doing it for a living.
Yeah. Pick something you love doing, but don't fall victim to somebody else's scheme. That's the worst.
But if you're doing it for somebody else, always be cautious. That's the same way why you should always be cautious, like if you were
going on a
accepting
date.
A new job.
Or going on a date. Like, you be cautious because you don't know the other individual. You don't know like what they're doing. You don't know their angle until it's too late, usually.
The pyramid schemes, they have like mastered the process, and they have mastered the process of sounding legit. and looking
They have to.
legit. Looking legit. Like they might, you know, like they might always change like their umbrella like on the Google and stuff. So like, or you might see good fake reviews and things like this.
From the people that are within
The
within the
apartment.
thing, and literally the people at the top are telling the people in the middle, hey, go create a bunch of fake Google accounts to go review our product or review our service so that it doesn't seem like a
Or they
That's
will
crazy.
give you, I mean, that's the whole Amazon thing.
It's insane.
Give you money, give you free products for leaving a review, even though the product sucks. Usually, you know a product sucks if you're buying something and then it comes to a little card of get another one for free and leave a review. All you have to do is send the proof of your review, and then you get another one for free. That's when you are like a little cognizant, like maybe this is not a good product, because if it was good to start with, you would not be giving me free product to leave a review for you.
Like a premium product, if it's a truly premium product, like your cell phone.
Imagine
really expensive
Apple,
cell phone.
like, oh, here's a free iPhone if you leave a review.
If you leave a review. God, it shows that you have no moat. It shows that you're willing to do that marketing gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
It shows that your product is not premium. It shows that your product is not worth paying for, literally. If I just paid for the product and they're about to give me another free one,
yeah,
why should I ever pay for it again?
Right. I need to go to the bathroom talking about all the water and drinking all this water and all this stuff. So walk back to the apartment.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Right.
It was quite strenuous to get here with the knee. we were just talking about pyramid schemes.
Yeah, and I was thinking about a thing that I said that I see. I think the more I think about it, I see it's like it's not true at all.
What?
I talked about how starting a business is so easy, and it's like easier than you think. And yes, that part is true. Starting a business is easier than most people will think. Like if you have never started a business before and you want to start a business, getting started is easier than what you thought. People might think it's this monster with 7 heads when it's way simpler, because so many people have started businesses. Like there's so much in place right now to help you start a business because it has been done. And the country, like if you're in the US, I'm speaking for the US, right? I don't have experience in starting business in other countries. But it's something that the country wants for the economy. They want more businesses. They want.
Well, where you're from, they almost like discourage it. They make it really expensive.
They make it very hard.
You'll notice how free the economy is.
Right.
Correlates pretty well with how easy it is to start and maintain, set up a business, like get going.
So like in Brazil, it's much harder in the sense that there's going to be way more bureaucracy. It's going to be way more expensive.
And you got to know the right person inside of the government, or like it'll take so long.
For certain things, yeah.
Yeah, it's corrupt.
Yeah.
Corrupt all the way up, all the way down.
Right. Unfortunately. But
But
an amazing country. I'm so happy that we are going for Carnival. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Your knee better be good.
Oh, it'll be fine.
I'm so excited to go.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, starting a business is, in the US at least, you just fill out the paperwork and you make sure you're doing the taxes right. And there's not much more else to it.
And there's so many services for that, because like there's so many people doing it. So the thing is,
I think Stripe Atlas is a great option for people who are looking for like starting a new business, but also like they need to collect payments somehow. And so Stripe Atlas is a great onboarding, or it's a great thing for like anybody really starting to do a business, because Stripe can scale for you at your if you're gonna go have that chicken place that we might do after this, because I'm kind of feeling that.
Oh, spicy boys. Let's get some spicy boys.
You know, the payment that they do there, Stripe can facilitate that.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Like, they can set up that checkout thing.
Yeah.
But Stripe can also set up all of the payments for like huge businesses, or even our business, where it's like they're only acting as an API for us, an application programming interface, where we're basically like keeping track of all the payments on our end, but we're using Stripe for all of the payments, and they facilitate all of the payments, and it's great. And they do a great job. But then
Right.
the biggest need for people who are also collecting payments, or who are starting to think about collecting payments, is like getting their LLC set up and getting their C Corp, or their, you know, whatever it is, S Corp, C Corp, whatever. Stripe provides that with Stripe Atlas, and it's a great service. I think if we were doing Socra again, we might choose Stripe Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great ad, Mike.
Great ad for Stripe Atlas. Well,
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
This is not.
I feel very comfortable talking about things that we use in
Yeah,
our day-to-day and that we love.
Right.
Like,
I think you were actually helping people, because if they're trying to choose between different things, there's like we have used.
it's the same thing with
We use it.
with my t-shirts, the stuff that I wear, everything that I use, everything that I want to use in my life, I test. I make sure it's good
Right.
before I would be willing to put it in front of other people. Like, the biggest care about is that you get a bad, like an untrustworthy payments gateway. Somebody who would be bad for payments, like they might steal the credit cards, or they
Oh my
might do
God.
whatever. So
That can go so bad.
exactly.
That can go very,
This is like the number one care
When
about.
you have somebody's credit cards, that can go very bad.
It's a huge deal. And so,
Right,
if
so-
I'm making that decision, you better believe I'm doing the research. I'm making sure that we're picking the absolute best, most premium thing, and we're gonna bring it to people.
Right. And as a business owner, or you want to start your business and something, unless you are a credit card business, like you are the credit card, you don't want to have your customers' credit card information. Like, that's a big responsibility. So I think that that's something awesome of using Stripe for us, is that we don't need, like, we don't have access to any of that.
We don't have access.
We don't have
Don't need it.
and we don't want to have
Exactly.
access, because like
That's a huge liability.
we have had
Massive.
cases before where like there was fraud, like there has
You know,
been
stolen
people
credit cards.
that has used they got a soccer membership with a stolen credit card, which we are wondering why.
Right.
But
Imagine,
it's like,
imagine we had to set up the whole dispute resolution, the whole, like, everything
you know,
to coordinate
yeah.
that.
So
That'd be miserable for a
it's
business.
just like, at the end of the day, the victim, you got their money back, and we didn't care to like
And that's great.
fight with the bank or anything, like, no. But
I
you
think
know,
that's great. That's
think
an
it's
awesome outcome. The person who actually got their credit card stolen
right.
is able to recoup their money, no problem.
Yeah.
And like, all we have to do is look at our Stripe thing and say, oh, Stripe, you know, there was like a flagged thing, and then we can look into the details, and we're like, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
It's
an
awesome.
amazing service. I think, like,
So-
Stripe literally revolutionized payments.
There are so many services out there. So at the end of the day, if you are starting a business, getting started is easier. Is easier than you think. The hard part is sticking with the business that you started is the hardest part. And I'm telling it as somebody who has sold a business before, which means that you can see it in different ways. Like, I didn't stick through with what I was doing. And somebody who now sees soccer as like not a business. I see
your
soccer
baby.
as like, it's like my lifetime mission. It's something that like I want to do for the rest of my life, that brings me happiness, that brings happiness to my life. So I think that if you can find a business, if you can find something that you actually enjoy doing, and make a business of something that you actually love doing and you actually enjoy doing, that's the easiest way of sticking with it. Like, because you're gonna do it regardless if you make money from it or not, right? Like, it's like, we don't make money from soccer yet. Like, we are not profitable yet. We we see that as like there. We see that in the future we will be if things continue
We just want to be
progressing.
able to make enough money so that we can exist
Right.
and continue to like give this amazing service to people.
Right.
That's like but the life mission is to build this service.
Right.
It's not to like make money from the service.
It's
to
to
build
build
this
an
service.
amazing platform that will help people achieve their goals.
And that's what we get. That's what we wake up every single day.
It's just
We're not excited to like, oh, look at we're not excited to build a payments gateway. We're not excited to do any of that. We're excited to build Socra. And if we can just exist and live and do that, then that's the most,
right.
I think that's an amazing outcome for our lives.
Right. So I think that if you're doing a business for money and money only, I would say that I think that the easiest way is to actually get a job and move up.
Yeah.
You know, it's the safest.
If you're just doing it for money,
and chances are that you're gonna make more money that way. Like if you're doing just for the money, chances are that if you get a job at a place where there is a lot of opportunity for advancement, that as long as you work hard, you can continue advancing. And I think, you know, like if the thing was money for us, then I guess you would have stayed at Apple.
Yeah, or
we would be working. Yeah.
If it was money, you know, that's the thing that they try to do when you're leaving a company to go start your own thing.
They try to offer you more money.
That's the thing that they can they can incentivize you with, like the camaraderie of your team, which is amazing. That's awesome. But they can also incentivize you with money.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who are motivated by money, which is most people, because they want to put, you know, food on the table for their families, like,
right.
Then that's the route that they should go. And that's the safest route for most people because it's just low stress, you get predictable hours, you don't feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you know, you make a consistent paycheck, you know exactly how much you're gonna make.
And you can, it's, how can I say, you're eliminating luck from some extent, you know, to some extent, because it's hard to say, because I think like soccer for us, for example, we know that we cannot count on luck, and like that's not even what we are trying to achieve with this.
Well, it will fail, it will cease to exist if we do not make it exist.
If we don't, yes, exactly. So it's like, but there is, I think that's the reason why a lot of businesses fail, is because people might feel that get lucky, and then when comes the time to actually stick with it, when it comes the first hardship, because the one thing that I can think of soccer right now is that if we were doing this for money, for being like a big company, if we were doing this to like raise money for investors and all that startup stuff, we would have quit. We would have quit so long ago. So like, because there were so many battles back, and that we were like, you know,
starting a business
we would
on the surface level, and that's why you say like, yeah, filing the paperwork is easy, but when it's your life mission, and you're like, this is the thing that you're gonna do, or else you have to figure out something else. It gets hard. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But it's totally worth it. Like, it's unquestionably...
It's fulfilling. It's the most fulfilling thing you can do, because I don't think you would ever get this level of fulfillment as like doing it for somebody else as you do doing it for yourself.
Not just for yourself, but the thing that you care about the most in the world.
Yeah.
I don't like to cook very much. I'm not a big, but if I were to set up a pizza joint, and that would be my business,
but
I couldn't possibly give it the level of attention that I can give Socra, because it's not my thing. It's not the thing that I care the most about. I wouldn't be willing to stay up at 4 a.m. and go deploy some new thing.
Right.
I wouldn't be willing to do that because it's not my life's mission. But somebody else, that is their life's mission. That is what they want to do. They want to build the world's best pizza shop. They want to do that. And
that's great. I love pizza. So many people love pizza. If you are good at making pizza,
so
that
that's
is
why
a killer
if
business.
you are going to start a business,
that would be.
If you are going to start a business, you should not start a business as a way to make money, per se. You should start a business pursuing something that is like your higher level objective. You should not start a business just looking to collect payments. You should start a business looking to transform the way that people make payments, like transform the way that people experience payments, because that's like your life mission. That's what Stripe did.
Right. Because if at the end of the day, it's either you're getting scammed through some pyramid scheme. Like I'm saying, like if you're trying to get like a shortcut.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of the time that's the case, because that's what the people are sold. They're sold that they can start making that much money right
own.
now,
It's too good to be true.
and then they can do it so early, and they don't need any skills, they don't need anything, they just need to get more people into there to sell for them or whatever. But you know what I mean?
But they're being sold something that is too good to be true, because you can't just happenstance onto a business that you own and makes a ton of money unless you were like gifted that somehow by a loving, endearing person. Otherwise, like, they would have kept it themselves. I promise you. If somebody had the secret for how to do whatever it is, they're keeping it to themselves. I promise you. Stripe knows how to collect payments, and they know how to build the best payments API. And they're going to do a lot of open source stuff. But when it comes down to
themselves, otherwise you'll take them out of business.
The thing that will keep them in business, they will keep secret.
So what do you say about like because that's all my like Twitter is about, all these like newsletter things and
Oh my God, yeah.
That's all I see. It's like
I'll show you how to
I'll show
build
you how
a newsletter.
to grow to whatever thing, and
it's a digital pyramid scheme. It's literally a digital pyramid scheme. And they're not going to say that. They're going to say, oh, it's for people who are looking to make a few extra bucks on the side, or looking for people who are trying to make their own audience and all these different things. But it's just a pyramid scheme. Look at it. Yeah, it's your newsletter, but you're purchasing the course of somebody else who has a bigger newsletter.
Who has a bigger newsletter, and then they're like, yes, because you can have a newsletter, and like you can have 100 subscribers and make whatever much money. So it's like, okay, what are those people selling on those newsletters? I mean, what is the product?
It's regurgitated BS. That's basically it. The thing is they need to deliver a newsletter daily to as many people as possible. And there's just not enough interesting things, like truly groundbreaking things happening in a specific niche on a day-to-day basis that are public, that people can find about. They just don't exist like that. And so they just regurgitate stories. They make different things up. They're like, how do we make, today on this newsletter, let's experiment with this, or let's do all these different things, regurgitating content just to build this newsletter so that they can shove it in front of people, and then a percentage of them will purchase whatever end product it is. But then the person who's creating the newsletter is probably not making money on the newsletter yet, because they're at the bottom of a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
They're paying to learn how to build a better newsletter.
Oh God, I see that. It's like all those coaching things. Like, that's why sometimes it's tough to say soccer is a coach,
like
because sometimes I feel like people are going to associate coach with that type of coach.
I certainly do. I did, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to give Socra a chance, and then you recognize that it's fully
a different type of coach.
It's just not that.
It's like, hey, you still got to do the work. Are you willing to do the work? But if you're willing to do the work,
he's there for you.
Different ways.
exactly when you need it and nothing else.
But like, this is not to discredit courses or anything in any way, because like
No,
Socrates still
how
tells
people learn.
people like take courses on this and that.
Courses are great.
Courses are great.
Courses with an objective are great.
Yes, it's like I have with an object. I guess that's how you know it's with an objective.
No, I can go pay AWS to become certified in AWS, and they'll deliver the course that they'll deliver is going to teach me how to be certified in AWS, like Amazon Web Services, all of their everything in there.
But even if it's a course on like content creation, it is
That's
learning.
valuable.
That's valuable. What we are trying to talk here more is about like, like those coaching businesses that promise that you're gonna be making $100K a month.
Right.
And look how I make $100K. Like I'm making $1 million.
I went from 0 to 10 million followers in 5 days. Here's my Twitter thread on how I did it.
I will show you for free. Give me your email and I will send it to you. Or it's always like comment whatever thing.
Right, comment like open now.
Open now.
And I'll send you my free, tip on how I did this thing. But for now, it's free. But then you're gonna read it, and then the goal is that you get attached so that you'd be willing to pay for something much more expensive. And they're not only doing that, but they're also anchoring you to a price when they're doing it. So they're saying normally this thing that I offer is $5,000. They would choose a more specific number. Sorry, that's a bad consumer psychology thing. They would say
it's
normally
523.
Normally this service is $5,247.37. Anchoring on that number. They will pick that number.
Yeah.
Normally that's the course. But today, if you just reply on my tweet and say free or like tokens or like prompts. I will DM you this thing for free today only.
But that's the thing is like they are mastering the human psychology. Like they're mastering where you would fall victim yourself. Like no matter how smart you are, no matter like if you are off guard, you will fall victim.
Well,
because they are really mastering the psychology of. Right now, you were saying these tricks of anchoring price and doing this and that, but I'm sure that the tricks change according to the seasons, and they will have like, oh no, now you have like a good way of selling is acting this way or doing this thing. And
right now the big thing is like newsletters, AI, whatever. Before that, it was like Web3,
crypto,
Ethereum stuff. You know what I mean? But the thing is like they've got consumer psychology nailed. They are anchoring a price, a very specific price to you, and they're slashing it to zero for free temporarily, so that when you receive that content and you like it, you engage with it, you think, wow, this is something I'd like to have again. You've got that price point anchored in your head, so that the next time when they say, it's actually that price divided by 2, you would be more willing to pay for it.
That's
messed up.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's unethical.
But you are saying one trick here. They will if you sign up for that newsletter, you're gonna learn thousands of tricks.
You got so many.
But you're gonna learn. And that's the thing. But at the end of the day, you're like, even like, okay, you succeed and you're making not passive, they call passive money, but you're working for it, but like you're making money, but at what cost, I guess? Like, is that something really?
Your soul, your ethics, your morals, the things that you care about, your life, your money, your work-life balance, everything. It will consume you.
Yeah, so sometimes the hard way, the hard work, the actual hard way is less consuming, and it's easier.
Specifically,
it's like, do you wanna be a developer and making like if you're a developer, you will make a lot of money, especially now.
If you're a good
developer, do you wanna be a developer?
If you're a good developer, you will make a lot of money.
When I'm saying be a developer, I'm assuming you're a good developer. I'm seeing you are actual
There's a lot of crappy developers that are getting laid off in droves right now. And some of them, mixed in a lot of those crappy developers, there are some really good ones because they're just laying off so many developers that they can't be 100% accurate on how good the developers are
that
that
makes
they're
sense, because
letting go
I
of.
can see how there's gonna be, since that's a profession that you can make so much money and you don't need a college degree, like you know,
But
like
define developing, like define developer.
right.
Even if you just say developer, a company's not looking for a developer. They're looking for a specific role. They're looking for a specific job role, and you got to realize that developer has tons of things. Like you could be an expert in Kubernetes,
It can be,
and that's your role.
and that's a great niche that you're gonna make a lot of money.
You could be a CSS guy.
AWS experts, those guys.
Your thing could be styling. Your thing could be like
UI
literally.
UX.
Even UI UX is super.
It's like fine,
big.
but you can still find that thing that you like within it. Because I feel like for me, for example, having built the user experience for soccer right now, if I wanted a UI UX job, it would be very easy
because you're phenomenal at it.
Because I can show a project. It's like sometimes you might have to do a hard work and you might have to build a project that you are not making any money from it, but if you can build something great and you can you can sell that thing, you can make money from that thing, or you can demonstrate expertise, because that's how I see with soccer. Let's say that we would never become profitable, we would never make money from soccer. We have so many skills that we are developing, and we can even use soccer for our money goals, or like, how can I
be financially free? How can I
or how can I leverage these things we have built, for example, and sell them, or things like that, right? So like, not that's not something we want to do. That's not something that we don't ever want to do. But let's say that we run out of money and now we got to make money in some way. I'll probably be a consultant, because it's like you have developed so many skills from building this project that the skills and knowledge that you have acquired are valuable to people, and they are willing to pay for that. They're willing to pay for this. And you can work on your own terms because you are consulting for them. You can work on your own, it's like on your own terms. You're not an employee. At the end, yes, you're not gonna have health insurance. You're not gonna have
health insurance. You'll have
you're not
crappy
gonna
health
have
insurance.
the great benefits. Yeah, that's what I mean. Great health insurance.
As we
know. But like, it's all about what type of life you want to live. What do you want to do for your life? But if it's something like, I want to make money on the side, the sure way of doing that is developing a skill that you are very, very, very good at. Maybe 1, 2, 3 skills that you're very, very, very good at, and people need it. Like, companies need it. Just make sure that they're within those realms, and you're always.
Yeah, people always ask, and they've asked me in the past, like, how can I become a developer? How do I do it? Do I just take this 6-month boot camp? Do I do the 6-week boot camp? No, you've got to become the type of person who is a developer.
The boot camp is a great starter.
You've got to be the type of person. You've got to become the type of person who is a developer. And in doing so, you get all of these skills, but you can only do it or the best way to do it is just by diving in. And you're going to learn all of the things that it takes to build a new product or service, like, if you start from nothing and you want to be a developer and you want to build a web app and you want to deploy it to 1 million users and it's just you are going to have to learn everything about it. There's nothing that a short course or 6-month boot camp will help you with outside of the very basics. Because once you get past the basics, it is you and the internet building this thing.
So you need to become that type of person. So it's the same way how I'm a mechanical engineer. I never had any experience before with software, and I had to become the type of person who cares about UI UX and who understands and who like it's always like I love looking at websites. I love looking at different like websites and analyzing like how they use experience, like what was the thought process behind these designers.
Yeah, what were they thinking of
what
when
are
they
they
were
thinking
doing
when they
this
do
gradient or whatever?
like those transitions, those
Yeah,
but it's
everything.
like at the same time, another thing that we do is that we do not look at competition, and that's like on purpose because we want to make sure that who is the competition even? That's the thing.
We don't even know. So this is the thing. It's like people
tell us.
Number one question that I get is like how to be a developer. The number two thing that you and I get is like, have you like looked at the competitive landscape or whatever?
Oh, they're like, oh, are you like whatever tools, and then they mention those tools and they mention those other things, and we always make sure that we don't.
If you are building one of one thing because it's your life mission, I promise you, you do not give one shit about any competitor. You do not care because it is your life mission. That person trying to build that pizza joint does not care that there is 10 other pizza joints.
That would never be Louis Pizza.
In New York, if you're trying to build a pizza joint in New York City where pizza is huge and you are obsessed with pizza, you love pizza, you don't care how many other competitors there are. Because you are just going to go build the best pizza that you know how. Because
you know
it's your life's mission.
Right. The thing is, like, if you're playing a competitor game, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be playing a competitor game. You're going to be analyzing competitors and trying to be, how can I do better than a competitor on this thing?
How can their margins are this, but mine could be this.
So at the end, or like, how can I make it better in this way, right?
Or their can looks like this. How do I tweak it?
You never built something that's actually truly you. That's not you, but truly yours. You never built something that's truly unique or truly
what you wanted it to be.
Because you were too focused on making it.
You constrained yourself into a product market fit.
Yeah.
It's not that like you're discovering your product market fit. If you start looking at competitors, you are constraining yourself to a product market fit.
Yeah.
You're constraining yourself to exactly like, here are the competitive landscape, here are those things, here's the margins, here's everything else. Okay, great, that works if you're trying to build something that is easily replicable, that has no moat. If you can just build it a little more efficient, then you can make money and you'll win against the competitor.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are trying to build your life's mission and you know that product is going to be one of one, there are not going to be any other, because it's the only one that you're doing. It's yours.
Right.
You will make it unique, and you will make it unlike anything else, and you won't care about product market fit. That's the thing that I'm a huge fan of Steve Jobs, but if somebody asked him about product market fit today, his whole thing was the product. If you look at videos of Steve
Jobs, market. It's like
he talks about
if the product's
the number of times he says the product versus all of the other words that he says in those things. The product is his mission. Like, his mission is that product. It's the thing that he cares about the most. He doesn't care about some other cell phone. He cares about that product. That's why we care about Socra. That's why we care about our water bottles having the right, That's why we care about our water bottles. That's why we care about our clothing. That's why we care about what we would be willing to put on ourselves, what we would be willing to sell that would have our logo on it. These things are all so important to us, and we take such great care in thinking about them because this is our life's mission. This is what we do. We're not trying to make money. We're just trying to build the best thing possible. Don't care about product market fit. Doesn't matter. We care about the things that we care about, and we're going to make it that way with our community.
It's gonna be a truly amazing platform because that's where all our focus and energy goes to, making it truly amazing.
Yeah. And I think that's why when somebody comes up to us at HEB about some pyramid scheme, it's laughable. Like, oh, would you like to make a few extra bucks? It's laughable. It's like,
Because
no, we have a life's mission. Hell no. We're doing something.
yeah.
We're busy. So I feel like that is that's a great roundabout for this whole conversation about water bottles. We had stickers. We're talking about the clothing that we wear and why it's important to us, why our product is a reflection of us. We're talking about product market fit, how starting a business is not just to make money. Starting a business is difficult. It's hard. And it's going to be even more hard if it's going to be even more difficult if it's not your life mission.
Oh yeah.
And so
that's why people give up.
This whole thing, like, you've got to make it your own if you're going to start a business. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult. And you can't just do it because somebody's trying to sell you something. You can't just do it because you're going to make a quick buck. You got to do it because it's your life's mission. When it's your life mission, you also don't care about the competitors. You don't care about the competitive landscape. And you care about every little detail that your product has. And so
you care about making what you're making good. That's how we think about soccer. It's like, I just want to build this tool that's going to be amazing. And it's going to help us with our goals, going to help us win the day and achieve the things we want to achieve and just, stay in check.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, but we want this to work very, very well. We want this to like be super fast. We want this to like be seamless and always functional and very accurate at helping you with what you need and always being there for you. Like,
and we want it to be that because we're not just shilling some newsletter. We're building something that we really care about. Like, this is our life's mission. This is what we wake up to do. And this is why we're filming this thing. So yeah. I think that's an amazing ending point. And I'm just, as always, I'm very happy that we're doing this and that we're building this. And we get to do this with you guys, our community. So if you have suggestions, let us know. But I think this was a great episode. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for watching. If you watched all this long, because these episodes are long.
Yeah.
They're very long.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait. You didn't do a wrap-up.
I did, the whole thing, yes.
Oh.
The last 5 minutes was a wrap-up.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. You didn't even know. I literally started from the beginning and I walked us through the conversation.
I thought you were just talking. It was such a good wrap-up that it blended perfectly.
Natural. And then you gotta go at the end. Oh wait, we're gonna do a wrap-up. Don't you think I was thinking of it? Come on.
That was very good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, bye.